a Pro Bowler 3 years in a row. You know, let's tune in to a smash hit celebrating Hanford Dixon and the Dog Pound.
He's back, big beast from the Choctaw. You could call him HD, better yet Top Dog. Here from Alabama, but his heart's in the heartland. He's the main reason that we're working in Cleveland. We won 21 guns, ruffles and flourishes, bugles and drums. Labeled the laureate, don't let it be a mystery who's keeping the peace. Check the illustrated history, it's plain to see. He's the president of the Dog Pound residents, Mr. Top Dog, commander-in-chief. He saw the cat step back for the pigskin, moved in for the kill, got down on all four.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on ClevelandTalkSports.com from the West Bank of the Flats. You know what it is. It's Cleveland Sports 360 with your boy LG. His guest today, former Browns running back and one of the top dogs. You know him, number 28, Mr. Herman Fontenot. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy LG.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Cleveland Sports 360 show, coming at you live from the West Bank of the Flats. We're honored to have a guest in the studio tonight, Herman Fontenot, number 28, from the Cleveland Browns and from the days that they were contenders, legitimate contenders. How you doing, Herman?
I'm doing fine, Larry. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I'm so honored to have you come down, man. I don't know if you people out there realize this. This was the leading quarterback in Cleveland Browns history in 1986, man. 100% pass completions, and 100% of the time when he threw a pass, Herman Fontenot scored the touchdown. What was that, like a 46-yard pass, Herman?
I think it was like 56, brother.
56 yards for a 158.2 quarterback rating, man. Better than Bernie Kosar on his best year, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that now. You know, Bernie, that's BK. BK, he knew how to lay that ball in your hand, whether you was running out and in and up or go, whatever. There was no one better. No one better than Bernie Kosar.
No, I liked Bernie, man. I mean, I never missed a game in those days, Herman. I mean, I'll tell you what, man, I haven't been inside the new Browns Stadium to see a Browns game yet. But when the old dogs were there, man, I never missed a game. And I was there Monday night when Bernie broke his ankle against the Miami Dolphins, man. And I'll tell you, Bernie really did a hell of a great job as a Browns quarterback. Herman, I know it's got to be a little disappointing coming down today. We were all excited last week. The Browns had their first victory in such a long time, man. But you got to say, you know, Colt McCoy, give us your honest opinion. What kind of an NFL quarterback is Colt McCoy, man?
Well, I just think Colt is having a difficult time right now because, hey, let's face it, because it's receivers. Anytime you have a second-round draft choice receiver that is being cut in mid-season, that means you're having a problem with wide receivers. Now, a lot of people say that Colt bounces around a lot, like he doesn't know what he's doing. What he's actually trying to do is give his receivers time to get open. And nowadays, with the strength and the size of these defensive linemen and the schemes that are coming from the defensive coordinators, and they're making it difficult on Colt as it is, let alone if your receivers can't get open, giving you an opportunity to throw the ball and move the ball down the field. Well, I'm sure he's a little gun shy and getting these shots, you know, in his back week after week. Yeah, you know, I got to say that the kid, you know, he went to the University of Texas, just up until 2 weeks ago. So he was the all-time leading NCAA winning quarterback at a major school, not some, you know, Division 3 or 4. I'm talking about big-time Texas football. So he's smart and he's athletic, and I just think you need to give him a chance.
Hey, you grew up in Texas, so if anybody knows a little bit about Texas football, it should be you, Herman Fontenot. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, if you have any questions, you want to call in and talk to Herman Fontenot, be our guest, 216-672-4300. Again, that's 216-672-4300. Don't be bashful. Call in, ask Herman Fontenot, number 28 from the Cleveland Browns. You know, anything you really want to know about football. We're going to get in a little bit in a few minutes what Herman's working on. He's been heavily involved with Reggie Langhorne, if I'm not mistaken, in the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation. So maybe 15 minutes we're going to spend on the Browns. Then we're going to get in a little bit. Herman's got a big thing coming up for the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation. If you people out there are too young to remember, number 51, the assassin, one of the best linebackers I've ever seen step foot on the Cleveland Browns football field. I mean, this guy hit with a passion, but he loved with a heart as big as gold, right, Herman?
Yes, he did. I mean, the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation is just basically people that love him, like myself and Reggie, and there's countless countless amounts of people that are involved with the foundation, not just Reggie and myself, Vicky Dansby. She's been a great friend of ours and Eddie's for a long time. You know, Cleo Miller is also involved. Hanford's involved. Greg Pert does the Fanatical Fridays, the thing in which I'm doing at Bar Louie on Friday. But it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that, you know, I would be all night trying to thank everyone for coming out and supporting our events. You know, the golf outing has been very successful for the last 8 years, and there's a lot of people that plays a major role in putting that thing together.
You know what a lot of people don't understand, if you remember Eddie Johnson, I remember this guy didn't even have a neck, man. I mean, he was like a bulldog, and he was out there, and he hit people, and he hit them hard. But a lot of people don't really understand how a guy like that has a heart of gold, and he always wanted to take care of people, right, Herman?
Well, I mean, look at, when you think about Eddie Johnson, or say Chris Spellman, or some of these people that you say that are major hitters. You know, you don't have to be a bully and a bad man, or, you know, to be the best at what you do. I think that's why they call him the assassin. He was a silent assassin, very kind. He would smile at you off the field, but once you get on the field, it's just a game. But it was a game in which he played with force and intensity, you know, unlike a lot of other players that didn't get a chance to do what he did for 10 years for the Cleveland Browns. I know for a fact all the times that I spent with Eddie, we were fishing on lakes and just doing some of the most wonderful things that I never really had a chance to do with my father. So that's why he meant that, you know, so much to me, and that's why today that I represent the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation, because of the man.
Unbelievable stories. You could probably sit here for the rest of the week and tell story after story about all the good things and the caring that this Eddie Johnson was all about. But you're right. When it came time to play football back in the mid '80s, and I have to say this, Herman, ever since you were on the team, '85 you guys made the playoffs, '86, '87, '88. Every year you played for the Browns, we were in the playoffs. You leave the team, what happened, man? I mean, do we have to redraft you? What's the story?
About this time, all I could be is a water boy, big fella. So, and I try to stay away from the sidelines, let alone step out on the field. And I get these little remarks, I need to suit up. Man, please. Sometimes I see these guys get hit, the things that they do on this field. And I have to say to myself, wow, yeah, I must have been in pretty good shape to do the things they're doing out there. But trust me, it took a lot of hard work to build your body, to build your mind, to be able to to participate at that level. That's the ultimate level. And I guess they say less than 0.5% of young men will get a chance to do that. So that makes me proud. But, you know, I have to say, and even with the Browns, what they're going through, those young men out there right now, they're having a hard time. But one day, and I believe when I got here in 1985, the year before, and the years before that with the Cleveland Browns, they had some rough years. So maybe we're going through these rough years, but it seems like we've been stuck in a maze for the last 20 years.
Well, you know, the Browns left. They went to Baltimore. Obviously, you were a part of the organization right when the team was going to get split up and fall apart, and I believe you ended up in Green Bay for a couple of years over there. Tell us the truth, man. I mean, playing football in Green Bay, I mean, the history that's at Lambeau Field and everything else, what did that mean to you, Herman?
Well, my thing is Green Bay has tradition, but there's none. I mean, not one team. Whether the Browns have never won a championship or a Super Bowl, everywhere I've been, every city, every state across this country, the Browns fans is what really this is all about. Because, you know, during my little tenure here with the Browns from 85 through 89, it was the Browns fans that made me feel proud to have been a Browns player. Green Bay has the same tradition. But I just didn't feel as comfortable as I did when I was with Marty and when I was with Lindy. As a matter of fact, Lindy, he traded for me to come to Green Bay because he went to Green Bay and Marty went to the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's both. They have great tradition, but there's no place like Cleveland. You know, and as I told you, I'll be leaving after 26 years here. So it's a sad moment over these next 40 days that I have left here in Ohio. Of course, I will be back, but there's no place like Cleveland. There's no place like no fans like Cleveland Browns fans, and I'm telling you, I've been to a lot of places, and I've met them at these Browns backers event, and they still cheering.
Hey, that's the beauty of the Cleveland Browns football fan. I think we're going to have a caller coming in, Herman. Hey, do we have somebody on the line who wants to ask Herman a question? Hello.
Maybe Herman needs to be. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You there?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
I'm listening.
Okay. How do we get another assassin on the Cleveland Browns?
Well, I think you have one or two. I really do. But
You do?
one of them's hurt. My guy here, I got my favorites, and I'm sure every fan have their favorite. One of my favorite is T.J. Ward. And, I love him, Josh Cribbs, and Joe Hayden. I met these kids, and, they're not kids, they're young men. And I got to tell you, from the character that they have and the energy that they exude on that field, they give you all that they have. And they remind me of the old dogs. Right now, TJ is hurt because of his broken foot, I believe. But that's an assassin. And that's what Eddie did. He ran through you, over you, whatever. He's going to try to knock you out. And that's what I see TJ Ward out there doing. So I've had a chance to meet him. He's a great guy. And I wish him all the best, man. I just wish he was out there playing with them right now. And I don't believe that can't think of the receiver name right now, but Green would have been so openly jumping up in the air going across that middle if Mr. Ward was standing out there or playing out there yesterday, for sure.
I agree with that.
But what do you think about our linebacking core? We need a linebacker in this city. We need someone, Eddie Johns, caliber.
Right.
I know you can't bring them back and stuff like that, but there have got to be players out there.
Well,
There are gentlemen off the field,
right.
but assassin on the field. We don't have that here, linebacking-wise.
Right. Well, I say the same thing. I never really do, talk show circuit, but I say the same thing, and I don't see that superstar. I don't see that superstar that, they're raving about and making commercials about out here. Maybe one day it might be a TJ or a Joe Hayden, but it's not in the linebacker core right now. You got a few guys out there that's playing hard. They all, and the thing we don't realize is they're always playing with new systems, new coaching staffs. So until you get comfortable with an offense or a defense, then you can't freely flow, because you've been in that system for so long, and it's second nature. It's anything that you've been doing, your work for the last 20 years. It's second nature. I don't think right now, we're talking about linebackers, but as far as that Colt McCoy stuff, it's not second nature because they keep getting new systems. And it's the same thing. These linebackers is here for a reason because they're professionals. They keep getting new systems. Always a different game plan, but it's always a different playbook as well. So they didn't get a chance to set in and get comfortable where he can come strong. That's my reason. That's the excuse that I'm giving them. So I have to believe it. Because each year is something different, and a different coach, different team. It's a different team every year.
Well, let me ask you this much: from what you do, I would imagine you truly still follow the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Love them.
You believe that what you're seeing this year, the talent we have on defense, that they're using them in the proper way.
I believe we have a pretty good defense, man. Look, the game yesterday was a great game. Let's look at the last two games. Not the last two, but the one before last week. You know what? It was a bad snap. We could be 7-5. What's keeping us in the game is defense. I had second thoughts about Phil Taylor. But, man, look, that fella, he runs sideline to sideline, and he's mashing it up in there. But if we can get excuse me?
That guy sitting next to you, look at the girth on that boy.
Hey, I'm in bad shape, man.
Oh, yeah.
Herman, you're going to have to put me in a training regimen, man, before you go.
Look, my friends tell me when I work out, you might pass out, but I don't want to be in charge of trying to pick you up and take you anywhere.
Hey, I'm tougher than you think, man.
Hey, I'm not saying you're not a big fella, but that's the big boys out there. They don't stop.
Right, those guys hit like a cement wall, man.
Yeah, so I just think the regime changing is causing us to not win some of these games. They're not comfortable. And in order to do so, you have to have it needs to be second nature. And there's nothing about the Cleveland Browns staff or organization that's been second nature because we just keep changing.
Not ever since we came back in '99. I mean, stability is definitely not there.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't realize, Herman, they want to critique Colt McCoy every Monday morning. And, I had a bunch of people bickering this morning about Colt McCoy. And I just put an article out this afternoon on the Cleveland Sports 360 website. I said, if you people out there think the Browns' loss yesterday was Colt McCoy's fault, you're idiots. I mean, pure and simple. They're idiots to think something like that. But yeah, the people don't even remember. We're only, we got 5 games left, so we're 11 games into the season. We got a brand new offense. We got a brand new coaching staff. We got a whole brand new defensive scheme. I mean, they went to the 4-3 this year. I mean, people just don't even remember all the changes that the Browns are making, man. Hey, we're going to take a couple of minutes. Tell us about the music you brought us to play on these breaks, Herman.
Oh, yeah.
This is an interesting fella.
Well, this is a fella by the name of Joe Casiano. Oh, Joe. Hold on.
Hold on a minute. Herman's going to check this out.
I
New
got,
Browns music.
New Browns music is playing for y'all tonight.
Check this out.
I tell Joe all the time, the people just need a reason to sing, a reason to cheer. The music is great, but we need a reason to cheer. And then that's when you'll start hearing some of it. But what you hear in the background is just one of the volumes, 1 or 2, I believe it is, with different cuts of New Browns music that's made. For instance, Top Dog, we made Juggernaut for Peyton Hillis, made music for Joe Hayden and TJ Ward, and a little bit about Art Modell that we might play for y'all today.
We definitely got to play the Art Modell track.
Hey, I'm a big Art Modell fan now, don't get me wrong. And I know some of y'all out there might bash me, but that man helped me take care of my family, so...
Hey, that was your boss. He signed a check, man. You got the mutual admiration for him.
That's
right.
Hey,
I want you to know, though, you can check out the New Browns music at...
newbrownsmusic.com.
And Joe has a Facebook page, New Brown Music, and I believe he has fan anthems as well.
Fananthems.com. And Fan Anthems is being put together right now that, music is one of the things that's missing in sports. And as I tell Joe right now, the Browns are not winning, so it's actually hard to sell. We don't really have anything to sing about. So, years ago in 85, 86, 87, we made the song. Someone made the song Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. And I think the thing sold like 90,000 copies. But they had a good reason to sing Bernie, Bernie, Bernie back in the days. So as soon as they give us a reason to sing and shout and stand up where the people in the stadium don't tell you to sit down because you're winning, that's another thing that gets me. Sit down. Unbelievable. Give us a reason to stand up and sing, and that New Browns music is going to bring it home to you, baby.
Hey, we're going to let you enjoy the New Browns music through this whole break. We're going to take 2 minutes. We're going to come right back at you with some more of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guest tonight, number 28, Herman Fontenot from the Cleveland Browns.
To the past we say bye, bye, bye. As our team gets better, confidence gets bigger. Have them looking at the competition and they're laughing like, what? Ain't nothing. Blame it on the fumble, make you want to crumble. Blame it on the drive, make you want to cry. Blame it on Art Modell. Blame it on Art Modell. Blame it on the red right. Blame it on a pass, on an interception. Blame it on a bad snap. Blame it on Art Modell. Blame it on Art Modell. To the back of
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guest in the house tonight, Herman Fontenot, number 28, from the Cleveland Browns in the glory years, back when we were going to the playoffs on a regular basis, back when we almost beat Denver. But you know what happened. We don't want to really go into that.
Oh, you got to go into it.
You know. I say that field goal was no good still to this day, Herman. I mean, Dawson's field goal the week before, last week was better than the field goal that they gave to the Denver Broncos to let them go to the Super Bowl over the Cleveland Browns, man. I mean, that still breaks my heart. I remember falling back off my couch and hitting my head on the wall, man, when they made that call.
Hey, well, I can tell you this. I hear people always telling me how they felt after that game, what they experienced. Big fella, I think I live with that every day. And especially during football season, for some reason, over the next 50 years, however long God's going to let me stay in this world, and during the playoffs, they play it every year. The drive.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Or the fumble, but I know it's being shown every year.
I got to ask you this question, Herman.
Yes.
When I watched that game, now I was young, but I was a diehard Browns fan, had season tickets. My father always made sure we was there every year. What was it like? Because you weren't on the field when this drive happened, when John Elway was going. But on the sidelines, what were your teammates and coaches like when you saw John Elway? Were you guys almost to the point of saying, this dude's going to make this happen?
Well, we didn't know because that was actually his first time doing something like that.
Right. You're exactly right.
That was the first time that John Elway did the Immaculate, and I didn't know anything about John Elway. That was my second year. So we didn't know. And that was the consecutive things that after that year just started to happen. And John Elway, went 2 Super Bowls. He's a great quarterback. I know they couldn't bring him down. They could not bring him down, man. And they were completing 4th and 20. So, I was young, and, guys, I was just happy to be here. I know I did score that first touchdown in the drive game, though.
Herman Fontenot, not only one of the best quarterbacks the Browns ever had, but the only man to score what? A touchdown in how many playoff games?
The only player in the Browns history to score a touchdown in 2 consecutive playoff games.
Jim Brown didn't even accomplish that feat, but Herman Fontenot did. I believe we're going to have another caller coming in tonight, Herman, to probably ask some more questions. Hello, are you there, caller?
Yeah, how you doing? It's Jay from Akron.
Hey, Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on, Herman? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, brother. Jay, how about yourself? Happy belated Thanksgiving, my man.
Thank you. Same to you.
Right
I want to ask you a question. LG, great show, too, man. I love listening to you and watching.
Hey, we appreciate it, man.
Herman.
Yes, sir.
We want to talk about Art Modell real quick. A lot of people don't understand how, about running a business. A lot of people got upset, I think, because they didn't know the business behind what happened. What would you have done in Art Modell's shoes?
Well, first, Jay, right, I'd have to have all the information that Art Modell was being given. So I'm honest. I'm one like you. I wasn't here for one. I don't know what was being offered. It wasn't being offered. From what I gather, I think that Art only wanted a new stadium. And guys, I got to tell you, I hear people always saying that, they love the old Brown Stadium. Well, if y'all only knew what was in that Brown Stadium, those beasts running around by us trying to take up our lockers, for instance, and those beasts that was behind where you was buying your food. I'm talking about beasts that you wouldn't want in your house. It wasn't pretty, big fella. I had to share lockers with one of them beasts one day. No. Oh, y'all think it was bad. So, and sooner someone gave him a stadium, and what happened was, look, Art Modell was winning. He was winning when I was here. So he just took the show on the road, bro. Them people, the players loved Art Modell. Art Modell was at every practice. Art Modell, I was a walk-on, told me that I was the best. Art Modell told me that if I ever need anything, come to him, because I didn't have an agent. But he's telling me, walk-on, all these things that an owner talking to me that's giving me an opportunity to take care of my family. It's giving me an opportunity to play in the NFL. Come on.
Right.
How can I not love this person, whether he's doing whatever, is helping me take care of myself and giving me an opportunity to play in the NFL and taking care of my family till today. So I don't know, because I don't know all that was being offered and what wasn't. But from what I gather, he just wanted a stadium. And, Cleveland, I got to watch what I state around here. Because
Well, that's the only thing I think all they had to do was build him a stadium.
That's it.
In the stadium, they'd have stayed here, man. So
and you'd have had all that he offers his players now. And I'm telling you, man, people like playing for art. That's the bottom line.
All you got to do is look at the Ravens every year. They're competitive, man. They've been competitive since they left Cleveland. I mean, Ozzie Newsome, for instance. How long has he been with Art Modell now, Herman?
I'm thinking now since, 11 years or something? I could be wrong, How long have the Ravens been? I don't follow the Ravens. I follow the Browns.
So 94 till now, man, and plus the playing days with Ozzie Newsome.
Oh, yeah.
You were a teammate with Ozzie on the Browns, man.
Love Ozzie.
So, you get a guy like Ozzie Newsome hanging out with Modell all these years. He can't be that bad because Ozzie Newsome's not a stupid man.
Well, no.
Our Modell took Ozzie with her. How come the Cleveland Browns, we got a lot of local ex-Cleveland Browns players who are still here. How come none of them are being hired over there in the front office too much?
I think you have to call the Browns and ask them that, man, because I mean, it has never been something that I wanted to do. So I don't know how many guys are actually trying. Jay, you know what I mean? Kevin Mack is in there, but Langhorne does the show with Channel 19. That's the Browns show. But I never really wanted to get involved. Once I was done with football, I was done. It wasn't a childhood dream. I just kept going. I tell people, it was a stage. You're playing in Little League one day. You're playing in junior high one day. You're playing in high school the next day. And it's like these games they play, these levels. These levels, when you're playing games, you go to stages. And each stage, I kept going to the different stage. And you try to beat that defender at each stage, and that's all I ever worried about was I just kept progressing and beating that person that was across from me, and next thing you know, you're in the NFL. It never really was a childhood dream, and it was just I just kept playing football.
All right. Well, appreciate the time, man. Great to hear from you. Great to see you again.
Right on, Jay.
Hey, thanks, Jay. Make sure you keep tuning in to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. We appreciate it, man. Hey, we're going to take a little bit of another break here, and when we come back, we're going to start talking about Herman Fontenot's second love other than football. I mean, Herman told you he didn't want to work for the Browns. We're going to get into this. Herman loves to cook for people, and when he throws a bash, and it helps other people, it benefits the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation, what's going to be cooking this Friday night over here at Bar Louie's on West 6th Street from 7 till 10 p.m. That's in 2 minutes when we come back. Enjoy the music from the New Browns Music. You can go online and check it out, newbrownsmusic.com. 2 minutes, we're going to be right back with more of Herman Fontenot right here on the Cleveland Sports 360 show.
Some people claim that there's a curse on this town, but I feel like we're destined to win. Stadium's packed now, down in the dog pound, barking away any chance that I get, screaming out go rounds, howling at touchdowns. Yeah, these are the days that I'll never forget. Wasting away again here in Brownieville, searching for my first Super Bowl to be in. Some people claim that there's a curse on this town, but I think we're destined to win. we barking. Cheering for Cleveland, my team and my home. Wasted away again here in Brownieville. Searching for my first Super Bowl to be in. Some people claim that there's a curse on this town, but I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland 360 show. Our special guest this evening, Herman Fontenot, number 28, former Cleveland Browns running back, kick returner, and number 1 rated quarterback in 1986 for the Browns with a 158.2 rating. Every pass Herman threw in 1986 scored a touchdown. Although it was one pass, it still scored a touchdown for us. Hey, ever since Herman's left football, he took up another love, and that love is helping the less fortunate people, helping people that may need somebody to reach out to help them. He's been involved with the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation, and he's been doing some big things with Reggie Langhorne also helps out. There's a whole slew of people that get behind an organization this big that took up where number 51 left off when God called him home. Herman, tell us a little bit about what have you been doing and how much food you've been cooking, and tell us about the people you've been helping through the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation.
Well, as I said, Eddie, it first starts with Eddie. Eddie not only was a great athlete, he was an incredible father. Elise and Alexis, as his daughters. And I didn't really have a father. Didn't really have one. Well, he just wasn't around growing up. And when you come to the NFL, you surround yourself with men that have been raised by other families, other fathers, other mothers, that taught them how to, how to do the right thing, how to live their lives, taught them certain morals that, a mother and a father is in a home, raised in a home, and the things that goes in to being a man. And, I guess I was young, naive, looking for someone to learn from. And I think when I surround myself around some of the people that I know now today, which, Ed is not here, that I try to find a little bit of him in them, someone that I can learn from, someone who have my better interest. And you always want to be around someone that you want to see them doing well. The man himself, and I forgot Rashawn. Rashawn was a great athlete, his son. Didn't forget about your brother, but Rashawn Johnson is Eddie's son. But that family is what gave me all of my energy. It was long before he got sick. It was during my young tenure here when I first got here. He used to go fishing. He used to take me out behind houses to the lakes, private lakes, do a little bass fishing. He was an incredible fisherman. And all the things he was doing, with his foundation, Eddie Johnson, he was raising money for a kid named Corey for almost 10 years, I think it had been. And Corey was a kid that needed a heart transplant. That's when I first really started getting into the whole fundraising. What does it mean? What do you have to do? I'm one of those persons that I tell people I'm from Beaumont, Texas. My family really came across the bridge, parts of it came across the bridge from Louisiana. And Louisiana people, they always say they live to give. So one of our passions, not just mine, in Beaumont, Texas, what's up, Beaumont, and Louisiana is food, it's cooking. You go down to New Orleans, and one of the things you talk about when you go down there is the food. Well, somewhere down the line, when I started playing ball, I went home. I started to, go to these restaurants where they have a nice little pretty waitresses and everything coming out to serve you your food, and you give them the nice tip. But, when I started playing ball, I started getting into talking to the owners or the managers about going into the kitchen and giving them my tips to the people that was cooking this food. And then I started to learn everything that I taste, I wanted to create. Those are some of the things that Eddie and I used to do. I used to cook for his family. As a matter of fact, when he was sick, I was cooking for the family. They loved that blue crab seafood gumbo. I should throw down for them. And with the fundraiser, of course, we're the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation, but I use my food For instance, for this past Super Bowl, we had down at Pacers, cooked for about 350 or so people that came out. And I did all the food. I mean, I cooked the red beans and rice, the seafood gumbo, blackened and fried catfish. We had hurricane, things like that. I like to make sure people are having a good time. They always say when there's an environment of people, whatever occasion, normally there's food involved. And I like to share my gift, which is that Cajun in me. You know, that Fontenot is, to me, I take much pride in being who I am, not because I played for the Cleveland Browns, because of my family who I love so very much. What's up, Brother Curvis and Pam? They'll get a chance to see it on Facebook, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So this Friday, I'm not cooking this Friday because it's almost like we're doing this function. It's the Fanatical Fridays at Bar Louie's from 7 to 10. But this is myself, Humphrey Dixon, Cleo Miller, and Greg Pruitt. Each one of us get 2 nights, Friday nights before home games to do Fanatical Friday. Mine's just so happen to be on December the 2nd here, Friday at Bar Louie. Not going to be doing any cooking, but I will be giving away a lot of gifts. Not giving away, but, raffling out, $5, $10 raffles, things of that nature. Raising money for the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation, in which we help support kids and people that are just regular people that are suffering from cancer, whether it be to help pay bills, whether it help to buy prosthetics for, the people that are dealing with the cancer, whether it be building ramps for houses or bathrooms, anything that if we get a letter from someone that are in need, and all the proceeds that we help raise money, this is non-profit, meaning people that's in the organization, they're there because they want to be, no one gets paid. It's not some of these organizations, we don't give money to other organizations because people in there are getting paid to do this. And I don't know what percentage it's going to the people. Reggie always said we want to make sure we put in direct in hand or paying bills directly. No one gets paid. This is why it's called non-profit. You do it because you want to do it.
That's
fantastic,
volunteer, man.
And I got a lot of people out there. For one, I just want to say, quick thanks to, people like Joe over there at the Crown Plaza. They're giving us some stuff to give away some rooms for Friday. This Friday we'll give away some rooms for the New Year's Eve weekend. We're going to Rocco from Fahrenheit has gave us a $100 gift certificate to go to Fahrenheit and dine over there in Tremont. Also old Miss Tammy Longaberger, her sweet self. Bernie has actually signed a couple of baskets and crates for the Longaberger Company. We're going to give out for raffling. So it all helps raise money so that we can do more for the community. And, we just try to do our best. We're one organization. But because of Eddie and the things that he's done in the community, we've been able to have good crowds, good attendance, and great people. Oh, that Browns bunch, too, boy. Y'all keep it going because the Browns bunch has always been there with me, all the functions that I've done, Wish and his crew.
Now that's tailgating at its finest, isn't it?
Yeah, man. So, and even when I have the events, they come strong. Kathleen out there in Denver, I know you're out there, girl. She comes out every year to help us out at the golf outing, which has been great. And it's countless of men of people. Like I said, it's not just myself, but these personalities all get together, and I just think we do a great job of trying to do as much as we can to help.
I think we have another caller. Caller, you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, you want to talk to Herman Fontenot, ask him a question?
Yeah, I was wondering when the Browns ever go back to that orange, when they was wearing them orange pants. Man, we was winning back then, man. You ever come back to that and things might change for us?
But, I don't know if I don't think I ever had orange pants on, bro. I know I didn't.
So we did have a season with orange pants, by mistake.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were out, and I think in 84. But I don't think it was from my tenure here that we wore orange pants. I could be wrong.
I don't think it was. It was the brown shirt and the white pants, wasn't it? Or the white shirt and.
It was either white on white or brown and white.
Right. I don't think you did have the orange pants, man.
But I saw it in '84, I believe, with the Cardiac Kids. People keep saying we're the Cardiac Kids. We are not the Cardiac Kids.
That's a whole other quarterback, a whole nother team, man. Brian Sipe. I remember those days, too, with good old coach Sam Rutigliano. Any other questions? Call it for Herman?
Nah, that was it.
Okay, man. Hopefully, write to Randy Lerner and ask him when you're going to get the orange pants back out. Have a great night, and thanks for calling the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Hey, we're here with Herman Fontenot. The number to call in is 216-672-4300. Herman was telling us about his cooking, how it got a little bit of his down-home cooking style out, and he showed the people in Cleveland the love. And, you know, he's really right across the bridge from New Orleans, Louisiana, or what? How far are you from New Orleans?
Well, actually, I'm 49 miles, I think it is. 49 miles from Lake Charles, but we're about 4.5 hours from New Orleans driving, and about 3.5 hours, that almighty LSU kingdom down in Baton Rouge.
So you were blessed your whole life. I mean, I can't help but to notice you're wearing your LSU hat tonight, man. I mean, and then you came into a Cleveland Browns team that made a lot of playoff moves. I think we're going to have another caller coming in, Herman. I hope you don't mind this. We'll get right back to your cooking in a minute. Caller, you there with us tonight?
I'm here, Larry.
Hi, how are you? What's your name?
It's Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen. You have a question for Herman?
I do. He brought my name up, so I had to call in.
How you doing, Kathleen?
Hi, Herman.
I was just telling Larry and the crew of listeners out there about all the incredible people that has been a part of the Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation. And my dear, you have definitely stepped up over the past couple years or so, 3 years or so, and it's been special. So I want to thank you, and you know, like new people that came out there like James, and we all just this foundation has brought some of the most beautiful people all together and putting this thing together. But we've built and developed some great relationships. And this young lady on this phone on this radio is in what, Denver, Colorado, baby?
I'm in Aspen.
Aspen, yeah, she's out there in Aspen. Don't go around Denver. We don't like Denver out here. You already know that.
Never Denver. I just wanted to thank you for being such a perfect, loving friend all these years and being such a huge part of the Cleveland and Browns community. And we're just surely going to miss you and look forward to bringing you back home to Cleveland soon.
Well, thank you, and all those words mean that you love me, and I love you too.
I love you. I wish you the best, and I'm sorry I won't be able to see you and join you on Friday, but I'm sure you're going to have a lot of friends and fans that surround you and show you some love and support.
Right on, Kat. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Thanks for calling, Catherine. Ladies and gentlemen, Herman Fontenot, he's been involved with the Cleveland Browns for 26 years, living in the Cleveland area. He's been involved with this Eddie Johnson Memorial Foundation. A lot of you people may not realize Herman needs to move back to Texas and take care of his grandmother, who's, you know, just aging. Everybody gets older. That's just a part of life. It's part of the natural cycle. Herman's going to go back down to Texas and help take care of his grandmother, who is one of the key instrumental people. I'm sure she had a big influence on your life, huh, Herman?
She's the queen. She just keeps coming up with these little sayings. You know, a lot of people have little sayings, and some of the things that she says, I really can't say it on the radio, but she had me laughing today. I told her after 85 years, she keep coming up with her own little personal quotes and sayings, you know, them little smart, quick, 4 or 5 word little remarks, but you know, they say that she might be going through this and that and other. But when I talk to my grandmother, she's still just as beautiful and makes me laugh. So she's doing fine, but I've just been gone for a while, and it's time that I spend this second half of my life more so with my nieces and nephews, and I'm looking forward to my little nephews, Anthony and Cody, going through high school and playing high school football. My brother Kirby is the assistant head coach at my old high school, so I want to be around. My mother's actually been up here with me for 24 years. She moved back down maybe about 5 months ago, called me and said she wasn't coming back. So, I guess it's about that time. Going on 50 now. Got to get my butt home before, time is definitely getting short. So,
hey, Herman, we got a Twitter question for you here from Jack the Great. I guess he's great. But okay. Jack asks, what was your relationship like with Eddie Johnson, and what was I know you talked about that earlier. When you first found out that he was diagnosed with cancer, what was that conversation like?
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I first found out that he had cancer, man, I was sitting down really at Shooters with Reggie Langhorne, with Jim Kickle, with Bob Grambo, and with Paul, man, I got to think of Paul's last name. Santora. No, Paul Santora. This is when I actually sat down, got a napkin. I was crying at Shooters. So this was before he passed, and that was 9 years ago. So I sat down with a piece of paper at Shooters at the bar and pulled it out. It was like a napkin. I drew up. Well, you ever been to Whiskey Island? I don't know if you ever been to Whiskey Island, but I drew
several times.
I drew up Whiskey Island and what I wanted to do before Eddie actually passed. And what I said to myself, knowing him for so long, I drew that island up, meaning I had 4 big 50-foot mobile homes out there, coaches. Dan Fike set up a stage where I had 4 different bands come out. Michael Simon from Lola's. And Rocco and all these guys heard me on the radio. So, I mean, I had almost, I don't know how many thousands of pounds of food, but crawfish and gumbo, alligator. I had like 30 or 40 foursomes playing volleyball to win season tickets that day to go to the Browns' upcoming season. We had Tim Honore, he brought out, he did the luau. His family actually does it for like the Disney luau. So they danced that night. So we started around noon, and we put together a function that took me about, I don't know, 2-3 months to put together. But at the end of the day, when it was all over, had about 600 to 800 people come out, support him. He got on that stage and he said the exact words in which I thought. He said he'd rather be here with us celebrating than us to celebrate when he was gone. That's all I did. I went into work. I actually lost all my business because I was working for Paul Santora and I wasn't going in. You know, I wasn't really checking on the things that I need to check on. I was just focused, man. And it's something, and I tell people, I tell myself, that was probably the most greatest special. I don't think of anything I've done or accomplished like I did for Eddie before he died, to be quite honest with you. It was something I'd never done before. But I know at the end of the day, and all the people I talked to in the radio, the TV, the Browns, and the stadium, and everywhere I went, I was calling sweet holders, the Browns and the Indians on Sunday mornings, make sure they had my messages Monday morning when they came in. So it was a trench. And I say, you know, people always talk about being successful and being rich, man. But I say once you find something you're passionate about doing, you just feel more fulfilled than anything. And that was the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done.
Wow, what a touching story. How true is it? A lot of people have said they'd rather be out partying with somebody rather than telling them how good they look while they're in the box.
we could have celebrated when he was gone and had a fundraiser, but you know he was on that stage on crutches and wheelchairs, man. He was telling us all, thank you.
What a guy, Eddie Johnson. Hey, we're going to leave you with that thought. We're going to take another 2-minute break, and we're going to come back for the last quarter hour of the Cleveland Sports 360 show. We're going to tell you what's happening this Friday night at Bar Louie with our co-host this evening, Herman Fontenot from the Cleveland Browns, number 28. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't turn that dial.
I'm calling for the rise of the cardiac kids. I'm going back to the place that was going crazy when the cardiac kids had the whole world waiting on my town to rise above the crowd. I want those memories every single season, the heart-stopping plays that keep me believing in my orange and my brown. My cardiac kids. Every generation's needed heroes to believe in, lead them through the ups and the downs. We got our Browns history, the amazing legacy of Otto Grandpa Warfield and Jim Brown. Brian Sipe, the Cruz, Deacon Retigliano, Newsom and Cockroft, DeLeon, Logan, Alzado. They lit a fire that burned with every wind. I'm calling for the rise of the cardiac kids. I'm going back to the that was going crazy when the cardiac kids had the whole world waiting on my rise above the crowd. I want those memories every single season. The heart-stopping plays that keep me believing in my orange and my brown. My cardiac kids, they made us believe that underdogs could fly. And I think it's time for the stars to align for the rise. I'm going back to the place that
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cleveland Sports 360 show. Our special guest in the house tonight, number 20, Herman Fontenot from the Cleveland Browns. We've been talking to Herman and listening about his bond with Eddie Johnson, number 51, the late, great Eddie Johnson, who left behind a legacy of men that played a game with him, that took his love for helping others seriously enough to where these guys picked up where Eddie left off, and they're still doing it today, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to raise money to help people. We heard Herman was just telling us before the last break how they did a little party for Eddie on Whiskey Island, and then we had to go to break. Eddie, go ahead, man. Finish up the story, man.
Well, it was called, like I said, there's a lot of people. Patrick Delaney, he was with Euclid Meats at the time, and let me tell you that West Side Market, I don't go in the stores really to buy food. I go down to West Side Market, and I got to tell you, over the last 15 years or more, I've developed some great relationships out there because these are the people that's, preparing my food. And so when we started the Whiskey Island, Lucille had Walker Meats. Love her, love you. I know she's not listening, but just incredible. Walker Meats. Dave is no longer with us. He was with Kaufman Meats downtown at West Side Market for so many years. All these people, like I said, and Patrick Delaney from, he had Euclid Meats. All these people I had to get to know in order to really make this thing personal, where in which they knew me and they knew what I was doing, then they wanted to be a part of it because, it's that feeling thing. It's a natural thing to gravitate to, people that want other people to feel good, and that's my thing about living is I'm happy when I can do something to make someone else happy. And the whole thing about the cooking is you got to think, if you're trying to cook for 400 people, man, I cooked for 1,000 at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the Esperanza. Now, what do you think you got to do to prepare to cook for 1,000 people in your house?
Hey, believe it or not, when I make dinner for 8 or 9 people, I'm a nervous wreck. And even when I'm just cooking for me and my fiance Beth, I fall apart sometimes because I got to have everything clean too. Man.
Yeah. That's primary.
As soon as I'm done with something, I got to rinse it and get it out of it. I need room, man, or I start panicking, Herman. I can't even imagine 1,000 people. My goodness.
I got to ask you, Herman, not to cut you off there, LG. Yeah. Sorry about that. What got you into cooking? My degree is in culinary. I love to cook, too, man. I got into cooking for the women. I don't know why you did, man.
I guess I got into it because I like the food down in Louisiana. And in order to get that food when you're in Cleveland, you have to make it yourself. Now, like I said, I get stuff like andouille that's made by Patrick Delaney family that has been in business for 50 years. They're no longer down at the West Side Market, but he makes the boudin. He makes the andouille. You can't buy it in the store. The food that I prepare at my house, you can't buy in any store. And so when you go home, my brother-in-law, Anthony, what's up, brother? I started eating coon.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, man. My brother-in-law makes some coon back at home, and I know that's a country boy thing, but I don't mind being a country boy. Keep me down easy. I need to be a little country every now and then, But that food thing is very important, It also, you got to watch what you put in your body. Keep you young, keep you healthy, keep your blood levels right, and, all these things are essential when it comes down to preparing these meals because you know what you're putting in your food. I don't do the fast food crap, bro. There ain't no bags going to be in my car and in the house from some McDonald's or no way, no how. No way, no how. So as a matter of fact, on Facebook, I met a fellow by the name of Peter Pike. He has a culinary school, and we were trying to open up a restaurant down here in Ohio City, but we got that's another reason why we got bought out. We're not bought out. Someone got the building in which we were trying to get in a short sale, and it had been on the market for 2 years. But a friend of mine, we lost out on that building, so I knew it was all over then. It was pretty sweet, too, right? Probably 100 feet from the West Side Market, man. It was beautiful. Standalone building. It just would have been perfect, and that's where I would like to be, somewhere around an Ohio City area, because, you know, my friends would come from many different places, from the north, from the south, from the east and west, coming downtown from different venues. I would know that they would stop by and say hello, because I would throw down when they get in town.
So, Eddie, tell us a little bit about
Fontenot, man.
I'm sorry, Herman. I'm stuck.
You got Eddie on your mind.
Right, Eddie.
That's all right.
Eddie.
That's all right.
It's a touching story, man, how you guys bonded. Bringing up Eddie again, I just have to ask you this question. I mean, the professional athlete today compared to how it was when you played the game, Herman, and how you bonded like brothers with Eddie Johnson. Actually, you said he was more like a father figure to you. Do you think that kind of bonding takes place today with these guys that are sitting out negotiating these big contracts before they even go to training camp? Is that bonding still taking place?
Oh, man. Look, I just saw a story on Ray Rice and Ray Lewis the other day on ESPN, and Ray Lewis was like the Eddie Johnson to me, like he is to Ray Rice. It was a touching story, man, with what Ray Rice has gone through. I think he lost his father early, and then he lost a guy that was young after he lost his father that was teaching him how to be a man and taking him places, taking him to the parks and things of that nature. Well, Eddie wasn't taking me to the parks, man, but he was taking me to those lakes, things that father never done with me. You know, he was liking my food. He had me cooking gumbo for the family. When they wanted it, I brought a big old pot to them. So they still have that, you know. And it's like Ray and the whole, it's the whole team thing. If the Browns would ever keep some, players here long enough to develop these relationships, you would have it. They have some strong relationships in Baltimore. It's that environment. We got to develop that environment here. And until these guys, and if they're not, and I know Joe and TJ, I believe from what I've seen, they have great relationships. And you need a few more Joes, TJ Wards, and Josh Cribbs that I see out there with these fans and how wonderful they are and how they treat them. They don't get bothered. I don't get bothered. We never got bothered. As a matter of fact, you could find us on Thursday nights. We'd be having dinner at TGI Fridays in North Olmsted. We was playing, and we just talked to everybody. So, and the fans meant a lot to us back then, as they do now, because this Cleveland community and the Cleveland Browns organization as a whole has given me, and I'm sure a few other fellas, I don't know what they've done for them. I know what they've done for me, and it's basically it's been from the people. You know, and I put myself out there to say hello, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But I know I go out there with good conscience. Just all I think about is trying to make someone happy. And you know, you get up in the morning, before you start your day, you thank God for another day. And I always say He knows what's in my heart. From the mistakes that I may make, it's on my own, but He knows what's in my heart. So that's the way I live, and not always perfect, but that's where I want to be. That's what I want to do is to make people feel great. And I think they got athletes out there that, like I said, are raised by good fathers and good families that are treating people respectful. You see them all the time, and you just can't see these guys out there all the time, but they're out there.
Yeah, I tell you, respect means a big, it's a big thing today, and a lot of kids, they don't have the respect. And I'll tell you, when it comes to respect, I learned firsthand from Herman Fontenot how to respect certain things, man. He even gave LG a lesson not too long ago on respect. But I want to tell you, Friday night, Herman has the Fanatical Friday going on at Bar Louie on West 6th Street from 7 till 10. You guys can come out. It could be a little bit crowded from what I understand.
It's going to be crowded, but I'm giving away 2 sets of tickets.
Now, are you giving these away?
No, we just
have to raffle them.
Well, we're raffling them to make sure we say it right. We're raffling them out, but you get like 5 tickets for $10, something like that. But you get a chance to win a set of Browns and Ravens tickets that Sunday. You got 2 sets we're giving away. Also, you're going to be raffling out like $100 gift certificates to Fahrenheit's. Tammy Longaberger and the Longaberger Company has given us these exceptional baskets with the Cleveland Browns.
Autographed by number 19, Bernie Kosar, on a couple baskets I saw earlier here.
Yeah, I have a couple of these crates. I don't know if they can see this on the TV, but on your screen.
I'm sure they can.
But a couple of the crates that Bernie signed, things of that nature. And I'm going to try to get Joe Hayden and a few of the people that I like, Browns players, to sign the tops to these baskets. These baskets are pretty expensive, man. I figure they might have some ladies that come out that might want a Longaberger basket, and they have to get the men to purchase a few tickets. We're also giving away, auctioning out just 2-night stay at Crown Plaza. I want to thank Crown Plaza for that as well, Joe over Crown Plaza. And a few other things. We got signed autograph helmets going to be there, and a lot of other stuff from Coors Light. So it's just Fanatical Fridays. Like I said, this will be the second to the last, and it's my time to host it, and I'm just inviting some of my friends that have been out here for 26 years or so. So I'm going to utilize this moment for the event and also personally to say goodbye to some of my friends.
And there's going to be a lot of other Browns players there to meet and greet some people.
Well,
too,
I don't know
right?
if there's going to be a lot of the Browns
No,
players.
former players.
Well, they may, but normally it's just the guys that's doing the show. I'll go out and support some of theirs. I might get like Cleo Miller to come out, or have Greg if they're available. But I'll hold my own, man. A lot of these people come out there to see me, and I'll give them all I got. And
hey, I can't blame him, man. I've been thrilled to have Herman Fontenot on my show. Hey, let's hold up that sweatshirt one more time.
Oh, yeah, New Browns music.
Hey, check this out, you guys out there. The music we've been playing tonight on the show. Here, hold your half. I'll do it here. The music we've been playing on the show is by the New Browns Music. He does a great job. You can catch him on Facebook. He's got the Fan Anthems Facebook page, newbrownsmusic.com. You can go there and get this CD. Hopefully the Browns will start winning one of these days again, Herman, and we can have the music taken over the airways from New Browns Music like it did back in the 80s when Bernie was running around and everybody was a fanatical football fan. Don't forget Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday night, West 6th Street Bar Louie's, Herman Fontenot hosting a Fanatical Friday. Herman's going to be leaving town at the end of this year. He's got about 40 days left. He's been doing great work. We've been thrilled to have Herman Fontenot as our guest tonight on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m., you can catch the Cleveland Sports 360 show right here at clevelandtalksports.com, your leading internet streaming radio station in the nation. And we're slowly sneaking up on that. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, don't forget to catch Unsportsmanlike Conduct with my main man back there, Kenyon Johnson, on the Wheels of Steel tonight with me, Errol Porter, and the beautiful Kenya Huff. Thursday nights, you got the Courtney G Experience from 6 to 7 p.m., fired up every Thursday afternoon from 2 to 3. And we got the workout people coming in on Friday afternoons from 1:30 to what time?
2:30.
1:30 to 2:30. So LG is going to have to start working out again, man. I feel like a slob sitting next to a guy. He's still in great shape, and I think one more kickoff return to get you over that 1,000-yard mark, Herman. Come on, man. You need 3 yards.
Right.
LG, I wanted to know before we let Herman go, have you ever had a hamstring for 6 weeks? And if you were the running back for the Browns and your co-player had a hamstring for 6 weeks, in one word, what would he be called?
I like Cleveland. I'd stay away from that big fella.
Hey, I know for a fact Herman Fontenot had a hamstring that was so purple on Tuesday, and he still played in the game on Sunday afternoon. Isn't that right?
That's all I could say, okay?
That's all he could say, man.
I got to stay away from everything else, bro.
Hey.
I want no controversy, y'all.
And when you see a purple hamstring on Herman Fontenot's leg,
right.
it's really sore, man. So, these people were men back in them days. Hey, thanks for having us in on your living room this evening. Herman, you've been a fantastic guest. I love you, man. I hope to see you again sometime. I know I'm going to see you Friday night. We'll be down there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see me and Kenyon Johnson, we'll be having dinner tomorrow evening at Andalaro's restaurant. I'm sure we can get Kenyon to sign a few autographs for you. And we'll be, Andalaro's on Lakeshore Boulevard in Willoughby. I wish it was Herman over there cooking. He's got me excited to... I want some Cajun food now.
I'm going to bring you some out, guaranteed. Right on, Kenyon.
Hey, God bless you all. Take care. We'll see you next time here on the Cleveland Sports 360 show, right here on ClevelandTalkSports.com. Don't forget, NewBrownsMusic.com, fantastic CD. We only had time to play a few cuts. Get there and get yourself a New Browns Music CD. The guy's phenomenal. One guy playing all the music, right?
Yes, sir. One guy. Brad.
Herman, thank you very much, man.
Thank
It's
you,
been my
Larry.
pleasure.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Go Brown.
He will never go down. Competition goes back to the drawing board. Need a new approach. If they promote the juggernaut, will be involved. Unleash the beast. Fall to his feet. Time for the feast. He dealt